Hey, what's up? This is Ross, and I'm back with another video journal of Doctor Who. And I have to admit, this time I've done a bit more of jumping around again, and I'm now doing the new series of Doctor Who, which which aired in 2005. And just completed its seventh season with Matt Smith in December 25th of 2013. And all right, so actually, I started the first season of Doctor Who quite a while back ago, about 6 months ago. And I started with Chris Eccleston, and in my experience with the new series is that I like it. I like it a lot. It's what I would probably say a great companion piece to the older series. I think that you could watch the older one, and you could watch the newer one, and still get that type of charm that's there, and that excitement that's there with Doctor Who in either one of the series that is there. Yes, they have all of the enemies that you know of, the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Silurians. They have all of them in there. And they have the Master and everything that you know of in the older Doctor Who. But I would say the biggest differences is probably the emotional part of the story, and also definitely the special effects. I would probably end up to say that this series is much more emotional than the older series. Because when I saw the episode, I did see the episode where Tom Baker changed into his regenerative stage, and I didn't really feel the same type of emotion that I did when Chris Eccleston changed in his character. I don't know. The shows are written a lot more emotionally, and that's the one biggest difference that I've seen. And also the special effects are night and day compared to the older series. You've got a scene with one scene in Doctor Who with we get to see what millions of Daleks look like that are trying to invade the planet, whereas, all they could do in the show is they could only do the older one, so they could only put maybe about 10 on the screen at the same time and call it a day, so definitely they can do much more with computer animation, so it's opened up new worlds in that sense that they can do just about anything they put their mind to when it comes to the newer Doctor Who than the older Doctor Who, whereas the traditional effects, although I respect them more, and even though they did look campy, I respect them more because they actually had to make these things, they actually had to make these Daleks, and they actually had to put them on set for people to interact with and stuff like that. It's just that we know that people are interacting with basically a blue screen, and, it's just that's it, all right? Now, in terms of the Doctors themselves, Chris Eccleston was very good. He was very good. He was very, to describe his Doctor, he was very brash. He was very, at times, egocentric. He was very full on, very boisterous, and very emotional at times. And his character was very good. I like the first season a lot. I like it a lot. now I've done the second season, and that's with David Tennant, who is by far, out of the 2 seasons, my favorite Doctor, period. David Tennant is like night and day with Chris Eccleston. David Tennant is like he's like the guy that you want to have at the party, you know. He's like the life of the party, man. He's like crazy, he's like wild, he's full on, he's joking, he's fun. He's almost, to me, in a way, kind of like the Tom Baker of this new series. You know, he's kind of like that. Not to say that you know, there'll never be anyone that can replace Tom Baker. But if I had to compare him to another Doctor, I'd definitely say he's like the Tom Baker of this series. He's very jokingly, he's very crazy, wild, fun, very superfluous. He's very I think I got that word wrong, sorry, but he's very energetic, extremely energetic. There is not too many people that are around him that wouldn't think he's a crazy guy, that he just got out of a psychiatric clinic or something like that. I mean, that's kind of like almost the way that he acts. He's very kind of way, you know, acts way bigger than he is. He's very epic acting. And that's why I think I like David Tennant as the best one. I mean, unless Matt Smith impresses me so much to the point that it erases that out of my head, that David is probably going to be probably about my favorite Doctor out of this new series. Now, I've seen a little bit of Matt. I did see the time of the Doctor. I did see a little bit of him, and from that little bit, 2 hours, which was not much, but it didn't change my mind as far as me liking David Tennant. I mean, I think that he is, like, to me, the best Doctor out of this series, and it's going to take a lot for me to change my mind on that. So I think I've got my mind set on David Tennant being my favorite Doctor. So, like I said, it's night and day between the series itself. This series is, to put it in one word, it's much more epic than the original one. It's much more epic. They don't have the arcs like the original one, which had kind of like them put together to make a movie out of each one of them, but they do have cliffhangers where they have one part ending and then another part starting up. So, you know, I think at this season at the end of season 1, there was a battle between the Daleks, and it started out very weird, but then when it got into the Daleks, I kind of like thought, well, this is kind of like old school Doctor Who here, where it's kind of like, you know, here are the Daleks again. They're trying to become masters of the universe again. And it seems like he fights the Daleks, like, a lot. I mean, it's like the main enemy that he fights, like, a lot, even more than the Master, even more than the Cybermen. You know, the Daleks are kind of like his, like, nemesis enemy, even more so than the Master. So, you know, because I think that's the only enemy to kind of put fear into the Doctor. So, but anyways, my opinion about the new show is that it's wonderful. Cannot wait to get more into the 3rd season. I've started up the 3rd season. He's got a new partner with him and stuff, because he just he had to leave Rose behind. She's not dead, but she had to leave him behind. I know she shows up way later on down the road, but anyways, can't wait to get more into that season. You know, can't wait to get to Matt Smith and all that other stuff. I bought almost all the seasons. I only have 2 seasons that I haven't bought of Doctor Who. So yeah, I'm slowly becoming more of a fan of this series. I think it's a great series. Got a lot of work to do. Still on punching a hole into getting even halfway through my accomplishment here, but heading towards there. So thank you very much for watching this video. I have to wrap it up, and hope you had a good holiday. Thank you for watching.